啊，又翻到嚟啊，又係有我 Emily 啦，同埋毛妹喺度啦。今日啊，我哋請到 Daniel Lew 喺度啊。我係迷妹啦，唔知你係咪？
我有聽過佢啲歌，我係有睇佢啲 reels 啦，都有睇 shorts 啦 from YouTube. Yeah, it's really amazing.
So yeah, we're so excited to have you here today. Yeah. So maybe just tell us a little bit about yourself. Yeah.
Please.
Well, I was raised in Coquitlam.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, my music journey kind of began when I was like 9 years old.
Wow.
In elementary school, we had like the music class, but it changed into guitar class, and basically the teacher would teach us how to strum the guitar and sing.
Right.
So that was like my introduction to music.
Yeah.
In terms of my background, well, I guess I would be considered third generation Chinese Canadian because my dad's parents immigrated from Hong Kong, and my mom's parents immigrated from Toisan, and that was in the 50s.
Right.
So, yeah.
So they mainly speak English then?
Yep.
Yeah.
My dad does speak fluent Cantonese, but I think because my mom didn't speak Cantonese, I didn't get as much exposure to the language growing up. I did go to Chinese school for a bit, but...
Do you like Chinese?
Do I like it?
Yeah, because some of the people think Chinese is kind of difficult and they stop learning Chinese.
Well, it was challenging because at the school, you know, you guys probably know, it's like you're mainly learning the writing.
Yeah, the characters is really like get a lot of votes.
And my parents had hoped that by exposing me in the environment, I would pick up on the language.
No, right.
But all the other children already spoke.
Yeah.
And actually, a funny story is like, it was actually kind of a traumatic experience for me to go into Chinese school because I remember the last year I did Chinese school, I think I was maybe 12 before I quit. But what happened was we had to do like a show and tell presentation. And I only have a couple words of Cantonese, so I have to speak English. But the teacher like scolded me for using English.
Yeah.
And it was very embarrassing.
Yeah.
And I never so it stopped me. Like I had a bad taste in my mouth from that, so I didn't really want to learn Chinese anymore. So to be part of Jade Music Festival has been interesting for me because it brought me back to the language, something that I had like been avoiding.
Yeah.
Right.
And now I'm embracing a lot more. It's really been great. It's been like I've been embracing my heritage like way more and seeing the beauty in the language and learning about all this music that like I had no idea that existed in Asia. So
I've known you like learn a lot of Cantonese for your songs, right? Or you find some musician to help you write about your songs, right?
Yeah, so I guess the first few songs I had learned, the first song I learned was Hoi Fu Tin Hong by Beyond.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. Now that you tell me you don't even get exposed to Cantonese.
Yeah.
And you hated Chinese in Chinese
Even you
school.
hate it, but you still sing it. It's so amazing.
And so like starting to sing it, I had to overcome that childhood fear because of
like a trauma, right?
Yeah, because I was already like, so embarrassed and being judged by the Chinese community because I was like, I'm not very good, right?
Yeah.
So singing, but I love music so much that it helped me overcome
So it's
any
not
fear.
a barrier, you can overcome it to sing.
Exactly. So, I started with that and so my partner Caroline, she's from China and she's very familiar with a lot of different music. So she was the one that suggested, okay, well, if you're going to learn a song, you should start with this song because not only in Hong Kong, but everywhere in China, people know this song.
True.
And it's been beautiful because even when I'm busking and I'm playing anywhere, as soon as I meet anyone that's from Hong Kong or China, it's like,
They stop and...
Yeah, like they can relate. Everyone can relate. Everyone can relate. And it's like, that's really beautiful because it's like...
Such a classic song.
Yeah, and my I feel like because I don't speak Cantonese or Mandarin fluently, like that's alienated me a little bit from the communities, right?
Yeah.
But then the music is like a way for me to like connect.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, so now I'm having my own songs be translated into both Mandarin and Cantonese.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So you started music in elementary school, you said?
Mm-hmm.
And then, so you just keep playing guitar, or have you picked up any other instrument?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Guitar was the main thing. Like, it was acoustic guitar when I was 9, and then within 2 years I started playing like electric guitar because I wanted to be like in a rock band. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
And then
You think it's not your style, or you have different kind of style you want to show to audience?
when I switched,
Yeah.
yeah, I think I was interested in an electric guitar because I liked the rock bands and the loud guitar sound, and so I went that direction. And so I studied guitar, like classical, for maybe 1 year, and then I told my mom, like, oh, I'd rather just be in a punk rock band. I don't need lessons. So, yeah, and then, guitar was the main instrument. And then towards the end of high school, there was a class called music composition, and it was like we're learning how to do like recording.
Right.
And using MIDI and things like this, and so that was my first time I had actually kind of like started playing around with a keyboard. No formal training or anything like that, but
Do you like it?
yeah. And then I would say 2018 was when I bought like a proper like weighted keyboard. I've never owned a piano, but I bought a keyboard, and so I started playing around with that and learning some songs, and then just with my knowledge of music theory and my understanding of guitar, I'm able to apply that understanding to piano.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what my technique is, probably by classical standards not very good, but I have written quite a few songs on piano as well.
Yeah, I saw your video playing piano so well.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Because I would thought that you play piano first, then you pick up guitar, but it's actually the other way
Yeah,
around.
piano's really new. I have a couple songs I can play really well, and then other than that, like, yeah, I don't really have the skill too much. I like anything musical. So last year I also picked up drums a little bit because the goal I wanted was to be able to play drums on my own albums.
I see.
But just the way that the opportunity just flows to you, like there was this songwriter, Christina Lau. She's also an actress, but she asked me to play drums to support her band. Wow. But we played at this Lights Up Chinatown festival. Yeah. But yeah, that was also just something new, just to like try a different skill and have a different perspective on the musical performance instead of being like in the spotlight, just kind of being in the back and supporting. But all these skills have like culminated in my ability to be able to just like, make my own music.
I think it's a good experience to promote yourself as well. Like, you can promote different kind of instrument that you can play. Even you can, to the audience, you can promote yourself more, right?
Yeah, I guess it shows just the versatility of my skill.
So how would you define the style of music that you're playing right now? Because I saw a lot of different kind of style in your music. I saw raps, and then I see like folks, and then there's like different things.
Yeah. It's a good question. I think it's like a mixture. Like, I just tell people, like, I'm a singer-songwriter, but there's elements of, exactly what you said. There's elements of folk, there's some pop, there's rock, there's soul.
Yeah.
It's like some combination of all of that. But like my bread and butter is always just like me with the guitar. So, but I could sing a song from many different types of genres, but I think like that would be like the main ingredient that's always like there is gonna be like me and the guitar.
Yeah, because I see you go busking a lot. Is there like a specific style that you will always sing or play when you go busking?
Well, I try to. It's interesting because busking is an interesting game because when you start playing that game, you can feel pressured to just play popular music that people know, because I am doing that. Well, there's two reasons. One is it does help me earn a living as a musician, but two, I try to just view it the same as any other performance. So before I started busking, it's like maybe I would have like a show once every 2 months or something, and then I realized that, wait a minute, if I start doing this, I can just start performing like all the time, and I'm getting my repetition. So like my skill has gotten a lot better. but to answer your question, so I try to play my stuff, you know, and so I try to still have a variety of different types of songs, and I use a loop pedal as well, and that is something that helps, I think, add some dynamics to the show to kind of make it interesting.
I think it's an opportunity to go Jade Music Festival to show the audience and what kind of style or like you want to show to the audience.
Yeah, well at Jade it's cool because last year it was, you know, I was just getting introduced to singing in Cantonese and Mandarin, and so this year it's like I've gotten better at that. I have a larger repertoire of Chinese that I can sing, but I think I want it to be more focused on the original music now. So I want to showcase those songs, the ones that are more like the ones that I've written but then have been translated, because they still have the main feeling of what I want to communicate, like, you know.
Do you like performing by yourself? Have you considered working with other singers or like musicians?
Interesting question. I do like once in a while I'll have a backing band. I just have found that the way my journey has gone, actually in the last 6 years I had tried to start about 3 different bands.
Oh wow.
But what usually happens is, you know, and I'm grateful for everybody that I've been working alongside throughout my journey, but it seems like I have more momentum like when I'm working on my own. I just my drive, like my level of drive and focus, like, you know, to be in a band everyone's got to be on like the exact same page, otherwise you end up feeling kind of out of balance. You might feel like you're pulling more weight, right, instead of being more equal. So, you know, I would say I prefer being a solo performer because I know my music like inside and out, because I play so much. I play I play every single day, and like right now, like at Granville Island, let's say, I don't know, I'll do like 3 to 4 performances a day.
Oh wow.
So when you're that familiar with your own songs and you start to bring in other people,
it's hard to match the energy.
Yes,
and everything, right?
I almost feel like I have to, like, my energy, I have to pull back a bit, because it's just like I have to, you know, it's just it's different. It's different. But I for sure, like, it's always a beautiful, like, communal experience to play music with other people.
Right.
Even last year at Jade, though, like Caroline actually did sing with me for a couple songs as well. So like that was just like as a duo for part of my performance, but we haven't done that a whole lot anymore. But yeah.
好，咁跟住落嚟咧，我哋就想問下 Daniel 咧，喺未來啊，即係跟住落嚟咧，會唔會想追逐一啲乜嘢嘅成就咁樣啦？ So we want to ask you if you have any like future plans for achievement.
There's a few things I would like, you know. I always ask, I journal a lot about like what I'm trying to accomplish with my journey as an artist. You know, I would hope my journey takes me to a place where maybe I'll have the opportunity to maybe go on tour with like a bigger artist, you know, and be like their opening act. Like I haven't had that happen yet in terms of the touring. But I mean, I have the, you know, pretty big opportunities coming up. Like for part of Jade, like I'll be one of the opening artists for Serini, and
that's big.
Yeah. And that venue, the Vogue, that's actually kind of like a dream for me, because I've been to so many concerts there. So like that's, you know, already that's a huge accomplishment for me to even like be stepping on that stage. But yeah, so I would hope to like get to a point where maybe I have the opportunity to do that, go on tour with a larger artist. You know, I think every artist maybe dreams about some degree of commercial success, right? I like the idea of maybe having some of my songs on like TV shows or film.
Oh, that would be nice.
So I've been networking over the past few years with people that can maybe help me with that. So that's a goal of mine.
Do you think Vancouver is a good environment for that?
In terms of the film?
Yeah, in terms of reaching the market that you're looking at.
like specifically for the TV and film stuff. Well, it's interesting. I guess most of my contacts that I developed came through like this Vancouver International Film Festival. So even having an event like that, and then they bring all these people from like LA and other places that kind of can help artists kind of get their stuff exposed.
Right.
So I guess it is a good place because the fact of even having that opportunity even happened from that. So I've been trying to like maintain some of these connections and see if, you know, just keep putting myself out there and sharing my music with them, and then maybe if there's a time where they feel like it fits one of their needs for a TV show or something, maybe it will get used. But otherwise, you know, just to keep making music and keep releasing songs, make another album. Like I just love the creative aspect of it. Like this past summer, I had like done like an independent tour where I drove across Canada from here to Montreal, and I did about 24 shows from between here and Montreal. So I think now that I've seen like as an independent artist how to like set something like that up, another goal would be to set that up in other places.
Like in the States or?
Yeah, I would love to go to the States. I would love to go to Europe. I would love to go to Asia.
Oh, that would be nice.
Like when we did Jade Music Festival in Taipei in the spring, I also stopped in Hong Kong right before, and that was special because that was the first time I've actually gone to Hong Kong, and I still have an aunt and uncle there. But when I was there, I wanted to also try to get some experience playing music there, and so I had tried, actually, I can't think of the name.
Seems not sure.
It was in Wan Chai.
Cool.
The Wanch. We had started talking, like they were like, oh yeah, we can book you, right? And then I don't know, it didn't work out for whatever reason. But like where I'm going with this is I would love, now that I'm like opening this door and didn't even realize there was this whole place where I can share my music, like, and reconnect with my heritage at the same time. Like that's really special to me. So I think being able to share more music like in Hong Kong and in China, it's like that would be pretty meaningful as well.
Yeah, I can see you being there because now you're singing with Serini, right?
Yeah. I didn't actually realize how big of an artist she was. I remember, and then I was amazed when I went to Hong Kong because I've never seen that many people in my life. I was like, oh my gosh, like even the train stations were so busy, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's so many people. But I remember walking through the train station, and then there was this giant like poster of Serini on the wall, and I was like, oh, okay, well she's pretty big here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
She's famous actually.
Yeah.
So next time maybe she has a big concert in Hong Kong, she will invite you as a guest singer.
Yeah.
We're hoping
You never know. So
as we know, you have bring your instrument, so please showing to us or our audience.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah,
Seriously.
because no musicians to bring their instrument to our podcast. So please,
we would love to hear a piece.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
thank you.
I wanted to sing the Cantonese one for you too. Well, let me just start with this one because I feel like the most comfortable with this one at the moment. But this song is an interesting one. You know, it's kind of philosophical in some ways. It's about this feeling as humans, we always want more, and then whatever that is in life, and then whatever it is that you want, whether it's like an experience or a material thing or love or whatever it is, you get that, and then you kind of want something else.
Yeah.
It's like, and so when I wrote this, it kind of was about that feeling, but I wrote it in English, and then I had it translated by Caroline because she's very talented as a writer as well. And that's what also I should say I learned about this process of translation is not simply just word for word.
No.
You almost have to rewrite the music. So I'm very thankful for Caroline's contribution to this as well. So but yeah, and I'm excited because I'll be performing it now, but like also at the festival and releasing like I've been working on my produced version of it that I would like to bring out. So yeah.
awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
漫不过平原，太多色彩如烟，经过一颗流，翻越一道山，穿行过沙漠，无言的暴雪，渐渐我解决，任它砸着我。如果我曾忘记生活的意义和世界的广播，我曾经踏过我走的辽阔，却不曾留下过。在这儿，我就在这儿，在这儿，我就在这儿。不见底的海，无言的暴雪，在这夜空中唱着唯一珍宝，逐渐靠近它，温暖而亲昵。当他离我处，唱着唯一珍宝。如果我曾忘记生活的意义和世界的广播，我曾经踏过我走的辽阔，却不曾留下过。在这儿，我就在这儿，在这儿，我就在这儿，在这儿，我就在这儿。
哇，真係好犀利啊！成個人已經融化咗啦。
點算啊？可唔可以扶一扶？
扶一扶先。We said we like we all feel so dizzy because because it's so amazing.
Oh, that's really
Your
kind.
voice like Diger. Wow, this is like
I love acoustic.
Yeah.
This is like thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for
I
having.
can't wait to listen to that at the Jade Festival because it's
Yeah.
going to be on the stage with
Yeah.
all the lights.
Well, the cool thing is that it was initially written to be just like a very acoustic song. So I guess this would be the most true version of it.
Yeah.
But I have a vision of how I want to do it for that performance. So it'll be a bit different, but it's neat that you'll get to see both versions.
Yeah, thank you for showing us in this podcast.
Yeah.
It's our honor to having this.
Yeah.
No problem. Can I just play you one more thing?
Please.
Of course.
Okay.
Yes.
Feel free
We have
to go.
all day.
Yeah. Or we can do
Yes.
this. Do day.
You're
We
so-
can
you're so
do this all
kind.
day.
So I was mentioning that I was working with hand wash and he was helping translate something for me into Cantonese. So it's partial. It's not all in Cantonese, but there's some. So I'm gonna try it. This will be the first attempt to do it in front of people.
We're so honored. Thank you.
Yeah, well, it's a good environment for it because there's a
is.
Cantonese speaking audience, so I want to try to
Thank
do
you.
that.
Yeah, I would like to translate to our audience. 頭先Daniel 都有講啦，佢就話hand wash 咧就有幫Daniel 咧就作一啲可能關於廣東話嘅歌詞去翻佢首歌度嘅。咁我哋好慶幸啊，請到 Daniel 去唱翻廣東話俾我哋聽嘅。頭先啲聽眾如果有聽嘅話咧，Daniel 咧佢係對廣東話呢一個 字係其實係唔容易去學啦，所以都冇乜點去學，所以佢係好用心去學呢啲字，可能係拼音又好啦，定係唔同嘅方法去學都好啦。我哋都係好感激佢係表演俾我哋睇嘅，所以我哋有請 Daniel 表演我哋聽，耶
！Still see you leaving home, white uniform, face of gold. Now you're landing on the headlines, out of contact, engine fried.在月亮我攀着星空，雙手合十願許着，讓速度過那一關一彎，那永遠係嘅天使。Little girls are asking for you, so I tell them you'll be back soon. We play tea party by the front door, hoping that you'll fill your cup once more. Ooh.星空，雙手合十願許着，讓速度過那一關一彎，那位遠去嘅天使，那位遠去嘅天使。Space. Is it a crime to have faith? Joy, your love upon星空，雙手合十願許着，讓速度過那一關一彎，那位遠去嘅天使，那位遠去嘅天使。那位遠去嘅天使。
哇！我哋係已經變咗迷妹啊！我哋已經係黐咗線啦，
耳朵懷孕啊！而家點算啊？
佢食咗 CD 咁啊！It's like a CD, like when you play the song, like wow, it's really from the CD, like wow, so perfectly.
Oh.
Yeah, the pitch is very perfect.
Oh, that's
the
really
mic and everything is
Yeah.
so intimate.
Yeah. It does seem
Oh.
you guys, your sound setup here is really
yeah,
great.
right
So
here.
yeah. So I felt it too. That's why I kept the headphones. I'm like, oh, this is like
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, thank you so much.
No, thank you.
好多哇，已經興奮到唔知講乜嘢啦！我已經好興奮，我哋好多謝鄭老 Daniel 上嚟呢度同我哋一齊傾偈。我哋好期待佢喺 Jade Music Festival 度表演啊！如果大家想聽多啲 Daniel 嘅歌，記住一定要去 Jade Music Festival 買飛啊 ！We said we need to buy the tickets to come your show to see your performance.
Oh.
In the opening, we have to go to the opening.
Please. Yes, please.
Okay, thank you
Thank
for
you for
today.
coming.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm very grateful for this. Thank you.
Okay, thank
you.
you.
咁我哋要同大家嘅觀眾講拜拜啦。咁好啦，拜拜。
拜拜。